So there's outreach activities. The unit also runs activities to support female students who are enrolled in our faculty. So there are social activities like lunches, there are seminars where we host guest speakers. There's also a mentoring program where the female engineering students are mentored by a female in industry. And so they get to see what the practicing professional engineer does during her day. They get to share success strategies, and that has been very successful. We have had over 140 different companies provide mentors for our students. So that's a very successful program. The photo at the back on the right hand side at the top with the group of lovely young women, they are this year's Women in Engineering Scholars. So the faculty offers scholarships to female students who want to come and study engineering at UTS. At the beginning of this year, we implemented a somewhat controversial strategy where we lowered the required entry marks for female students if they wanted to come into the engineering faculty and study some sort of engineering. And the reason we did that was in recognition of the fact that sometimes schools did not encourage the girls to study the successful, or study the subjects they needed to be successful. They may not run the higher level maths or science subjects at the school. And so it almost becomes a systemic barrier to the girls actually studying engineering. So we lowered the marks slightly for girls to come into the program. And our intake of female students this year was 26%. That's across all the different forms of engineering. Biomedical was much more popular. We're over 50% female, and chemical engineering is also very popular in Australia for female students. So although we got some negative feedback about the idea of lowering the marks for female students, it had the desired effect. We had an increase of 5.5% on our previous year's cohort of female students. So that was a good thing. One thing that I think gives us hope and will have positive impact is a TV series that was run recently in Sydney about the tunnels that are being dug underneath the city to provide a linked metro transport system. And the one of the engineers in one of the tunnel shifts was actually this young woman you can see here, Jamie, with the hard hat on. And there's a YouTube link there. You can have a look at her day in the life as a tunnel engineer after the session, of course. And so Jamie actually studied at UTS, and she gives a great, it's not a performance, she's a great role model for young female engineers. So the TV series and YouTube videos like this, I think, are an inspiration to younger female students who might want to think about engineering. It's in the vein of you can't be what you can't see. So showing all these different female engineers being successful, I think would help other students, other girls at school to maybe think about doing engineering. And on that note, which is a bit more hopeful than where we started.
And today I'm specifically going to talk about one of my latest passion areas and how we can get more ownership and female founders and female-led innovators in STEM to own the sector. So can I get the next slide, please? So I just wanted to give us a snapshot of some of the work that we've been doing at Women.